Hello everyone, welcome to this 24th video on Excel. In this video, we'll explore functions index and match and we'll see how we can use a combination of index match and it will work very similar to XLOOKUP. So we are using the same two different tables which we have used in the earlier videos. So we have employee date of joining, salary here with employee IDs and other information for an employee on the right side, employee ID, name, age and city. So let's start with the first function index. So if you see here, what index is doing is that out of this table from J1 to M12, when we are specifying the row number and the column number, we are able to pick a particular value. So let's do that again. For the second row, we want to have Sunil as the name there. So for that, what we'll do is that we'll write this function index, and then if we select this table here, okay, freezing it, and here the row number. Now in this table, the row number is 3. So first row is the header row, then we have Rajiv, and then we have Sunil. That is the row number 3. And the column number, because we have selected from employee ID, the first column is this employee ID column, the second one is name. So I'm giving the column number. So when I enter these two values, the table, the row, and the column number, I'll get the exact value from that table. So this is how index will pick the right cell from the table when you specify the row number and the column number. This is when we are actually looking for values in a table. If you're looking for values in a array, then you just need to give the row number. You don't, column number is not required. For example, here it's New Delhi and the second one is again New Delhi for Sunil as well. So for that, if I write say index and I am selecting this array, so this is what I have selected. I'm freezing it, and then I just need to enter the row number. So row number would be 1, 2, 3, and I don't need to enter any column number. Okay. So when I do that, I'm getting New Delhi here. So you can understand that if you want to extract value from a particular column only, then you just need row number. Now, how can we automatically get the row number? So that we can get using the other function which is match. Now you see, what does match do? So match here is actually looking for this uh, field, this cell value D2 in this range from L2 to L12, and then 0 is for kind of exact match, and then it is giving me that in which row the value is present. Okay, so let's do that again. So it will just give us the row in which the value is present. Okay, so I'll write match. Okay, now I want to look for this value D3, and I want where this D3 is in this cell, in this array. Okay, so I'll freeze this F4 and I want exact match. So here if you see, when I'm selecting from this row 2 to 12, it should give me the position as 1, 2, 2. Okay, so let's see. You see, here it is 2. Now similarly, if I drag this formula down, here this Suman, it is available in row 3. So I'm getting 3. So now here we have seen that if we just get the row number, when we are using index and an array, we'll get the right value, and that row number comes from match. So a combination of this, we can get the uh, right, we would be able to get the right value as we would get using any lookup formula. So let's try to do that now. So if you look at the formula here, which is mentioned here, using index and match combination, we are able to actually look up this employee ID, okay, in this column K to get the row number, and from this column L or array L, we are actually pulling the value present in that row number. So let's write this formula again. Okay. So here we want to get the names. Okay, here we want to get the names. So for that, we will write index and then names are present in this. So we'll select this. Okay, from L2 to L2. Now, these two tables are connected using employee ID. So for that, I'll write match and I have to look for this employee ID A2 in this table. Okay, and I want exact, so I'll write 0 as well and then I'll close this. So the match function will give me the row number in which employee ID 111 is present. So that is present in first row. And for that first row, I'll be pulling the values from the column L or from L2 to L12, which I have, which is the first argument in this index function. So when we do this and enter, okay, I missed one more bracket here. When we do this and enter, we get the right value here. You see, Rajiv. And now, as this formula is written, I can drag this and all the values are populated. So you see, 111 correspond to Rajiv, 112 correspond to Sunil, 113 correspond to Suman, 114 Pooja. Like this, we are able to get the values here. In the same way, now you see, we encounter a challenge while pulling values from column on the left side in VLOOKUP, but here in index match, you don't have that challenge. So let's delete this and let's write the formula for city here. So index, okay. So index from which row actually, which column actually we want the values from. So from here we want the values. So I'll select this and now match. We want to get the row number. So for that, we look up this employee ID and we look up in this array for exact match to get the row number. And that row number will be used in the index formula to get the right value. So when I enter this, you see this employee ID 111 New Delhi. The next employee ID 112 is also New Delhi, and like that, all these values are populated. So this is another way to look up values from one table to another without using any lookup formula. And this gives you an idea how the functions index and match independently work and how the combination actually does wonder like any lookup formula. So I hope you liked this video, you understood the logic behind index and match. So do subscribe my channel, like the video and share it amongst your friends. See you in the next video.